Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be part 2 of talking with stephNchanted about my pregnancy. Now I'm sorry if you hear the fan in this room again, but again it's hot, so bear with me. Now part 1 ended with me being induced on December 29th, 2012, and so yeah, I got induced, and like I said in the last video, in the morning of December 29th, my husband and I went to get our pregnancy pictures done because we didn't do it beforehand. So we got that done, and then right after we were done with the pictures, we went straight to the hospital to get induced. Now when you get induced, you know, they put you in a room, they ask you all these questions. Oh, you have high blood pressure? Okay. Are you feeling dizzy? No. Do you see like white spots? No. Okay. And so that's what they do, and then they put like an IV in you, and then they put medicine in you. What the medicine does is it makes your body think that it's going into labor. So yeah, that was fun. Like in my head I thought it was gonna be like, alright, I'm being induced, that means I'm gonna have the baby like within like a couple hours, right? No, that does not happen like that, because you have to wait and wait and wait and wait. Oh, and wait some more. So a lot of waiting. And the doctors told me that when I got induced, before I went to the hospital, I had to eat something, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to eat anything. And I was like, okay. Again, in my mind I was like, all right, I'm gonna eat, I'll have breakfast and that'll be fine. Like I'm not gonna be there the whole day. Like I know I'm gonna be induced and I'm gonna have a baby really soon, so it's whatever. No, that did not happen. That did not happen. So yeah, they took me into this little room, you know, without my husband, asked me his questions, put the IV in, put the medicine in, and then they took me to the hospital bedroom, and I was just, it was like more comfortable because they had TV and stuff, and you know, we had the bathroom there in case we wanted to use the bathroom. So again, the only person that was there with me was my husband, and then my mom came because she works in the same hospital that I gave birth in, and so she was there. And so yeah, we were just waiting and waiting and waiting until the contractions came in. Contractions are awesome. Not really, because oh my god, I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt like somebody was tearing the insides of my stomach like this, like they were just ripping me apart. And the pain went from like my spine to my head to my fingers to my toes and back up again, and it was just excruciating. Like, you know, I always, during my pregnancy, I would watch some I think they were called like baby stories or something like that, I think on TLC, and I saw some women like scream like, oh my god. I was like, they're just exaggerating, and then I saw women who would do natural, like no epidural or anything like that, and they'd be fine. I'm like, I can do this. And then when I felt the pain, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And so yeah, the contractions came, and I was like, oh, this is awesome, because I can't sleep. And so yeah, at one point I was like I was on my side, and the hospital beds, they have like little railings right here, so I was just like this, wait, contraction. It just felt so bad, and my husband was trying to make me feel better, like rubbing my back, and I was trying to lay on my side, lay on my other side, nothing was working. And then they're like, do you want pain medication? I'm like, yes, give me pain medication. And so what they did, they put medication through my IV, and that helped for a while because I could actually take a nap, so that was good. And then my husband asked the nurse if I could eat something, because I was told I wasn't able to. And the nurse was like, you can eat something, like you have to eat something. I'm like, yes. And right there, my mom had brought Taco Bell, and I was like, Taco Bell, yes. I don't know why I was always craving Taco Bell, but it's not the healthiest for you, but sure is delicious. So yeah, I ate some Taco Bell, and then the contractions came back. Oh my god, they just came back and back and back and back. So that was fun. And then I think I fell asleep again when like the contraction left. I had like a little nap, and I was like half asleep when the doctor came in, because you know, every certain time the doctor had to come back in to check, see how much I had dilated. Now, when a doctor checks you to see how much you dilated, they don't check it with like one finger. No, they put their whole hand up in there, like they go like this, like that. That's what they do. And I remember I was like half asleep, or like, I don't know, maybe because the medicine was like half drugged up. But yeah, I was half asleep, and then all of a sudden I feel this pressure, and then all of a sudden water just came out like a faucet. And I was like, what the heck? And the doctor was like, I'm sorry, I think I just broke your water. This is my face. Oh, you just broke my water. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's how my water broke. And I wasn't dilating a lot. I think I was like just at 1 or 2 the most. And then the contractions came back, and they started getting like more frequent and more painful. And I was like, I want the epidural. I want the epidural. I always remember that scene from What to Expect When You're Expecting, when that, you know, the woman who's about to, you know, give birth, she's like, I want the epidural, give me the epidural, hitting her husband. I didn't hit my husband, but I was just like, I want the epidural, I need the epidural, give it to me. And so then I got my epidural. Now when you get the epidural, you know, I don't know how it is in other hospitals, but the hospital I went to, my husband had to leave the room. Then a nurse came in. She held me from this side because I was sitting up, and then the person who was giving me the epidural was on my back. Now it was very difficult to get the epidural because one thing is, it is painful. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like a freaking needle like this. And another thing is that you have to stay still, because if you make the slightest movement, the needle could go in the wrong way, and it could really, really hurt you. Like, when I say hurt you, it could leave you paralyzed. Yes. So it was very difficult because once they were putting in the needle, I was getting contractions, so the nurse really had to hold me down, otherwise it would have gone really bad. But yeah, so once I got the epidural, everything was fine, because the epidural just makes everything better and you don't feel as much pain as you do. And so that was done. And then when the doctor came back in to check on me, I was having a contraction, and once he saw that I was having a contraction, he looked at the monitor, and as I was having my contraction, my daughter's heart rate decreased, and he was like, that's it, we're going emergency C-section. And I was like, what? No, like, I want to push, I can do this. He was like, I'm sorry, but it's for the baby's safety that we get her out now. And I just started crying because I felt like my body wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. And I understand now that my body couldn't do what it was supposed to do because it wasn't at the time. Like, my due date was January 21st, and this was happening on December 29th. Like, there was still like a month left. And so I was like, I was crying, disappointed, but then like I just like manned up because I had to do what was best for my daughter, and that was to get her out in C-section. So I was really jugged up because then I had the, you know, I had the medication for the pain through my IV, then the epidural. Now they're gonna drop me up even more for the C-section. And so once they you know, put everything on me, I was laying down. They took me to the operating room, which is white. And then all I remember is like I was laying down, and they had like a little cover, like a little sheet right here, so you couldn't see on the other side, because I'm sure if you see what was going on, you'll pass out. And so then my husband was right here, and the doctor was like, you're gonna feel pressure. I'm like, okay. And so that's when like I felt like them cutting me up. Like, you feel it, you feel pressure, but you don't feel any pain. So like I felt pressure. I felt like when they were opening me up. And what my husband said, like later on, said that he saw like a little tool that they use, so like it's like little, I don't know, tongs or something like that, and then just opens like my skin up like that, so the baby can come out. That was kind of weird, but yeah. So then they got the baby out, and you know, they cleaned her and everything. And once they got the baby out, I was nervous because I didn't hear her cry. And normally when you hear, you know, a birth, the first thing the baby does is cry. And my daughter wasn't crying. I was like, babe, she's not crying, she's not crying. Then I started crying, and then he's like, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. And then they took her, you know, to like this little thing, I guess, like this little bed thing, because that's where they put her, they weigh her, they measure her, and then they clean her off. And then once they put her there, she started crying. That was like the most amazing sound to me, was to hear her cry. They measured her, they did everything. My husband went to go see her, and then he brought her to me, and she was just right here. I remember, because I was looking at her, I was like, oh, I was crying, and she was just there, and it was amazing. And so after that, they stitched me up. And oh, just so you guys know, the incision isn't that big, it's like this big, and it's under the bikini line, so nobody's ever gonna see it, so that's good. And so yeah, they stitched me up and they wheeled me out, and then the first thing I did after the operation was to breastfeed my daughter. Now they brought her in, and then as soon as they brought her in, like, she latched on right away, and that was like the first moment I had with her, which was really, really amazing, because it's like the first intimate moment where like she's eating and you can caress her, and like I can see her, like fully see her whole body, and it was just amazing. And so yeah, and then after that they took her away, because they're gonna put me into my hospital room, and they can't like wheel me out with her in my arms because that could be dangerous for her. So yeah, so they took her out, and then I'm guessing they put her like in that baby room where like all the babies are, so the rest of the family can see her. And so they took me to the hospital room, and we were lucky enough that where the hospital where I gave birth in was a brand new wing for mothers, and each, like, I had my own room with my own bathroom, so I didn't have to share, which was great. And so yeah, so my husband stayed with me like the whole time, because I had a C-section. I couldn't get up, I couldn't change my daughter, I couldn't like put clothes on her, I couldn't feed her, like, so my husband was there the whole time, just helping me out, and I was really grateful for that. And of course we spent New Year's there, because it was the 29th and she was born on the 30th, so we spent New Year's there. And then so I went on the Saturday, and then I want to say I got discharged like on the Wednesday after, which was, I believe the 2nd. Yeah, it was the 2nd. And so yeah, one tip to all mothers or mothers to be is that when you're not, when you have your child, make sure you don't, like, of course I know everybody's gonna want to hold your child and stuff, but don't let people hold your child for too long, just because the baby is going to get used to being carried, and that's how he or she's gonna get used to going to sleep. And once you go home and you try to put your baby to sleep in their own crib, they're not gonna want to do it, because they want to be held in order to go to sleep. So my tip to you is, of course people are going to want to hold your baby, and that's fine, but just don't let them hold the baby for like the whole day, otherwise it's going to be a problem for you in the long run. Trust me, I know, because that's what happened. Now my daughter is the first grandchild on both families, so of course everybody wanted to hug her and kiss her and hold her and hold her and hold her, and that's what they did. And so yeah, so that's what happened. And so when we came home, it was like a bittersweet moment, because they're like, yes, we get to go home with the baby, but then it was kind of like nervous, because now we actually had to, like, we weren't gonna have any help from anybody in the hospital, so that was a little nerve-wracking, but we got the hang of it. Now I do want to address something: postpartum depression. Like, I don't know if I had that. Like, I know there were moments where I would like really hysterically cry because my baby was crying and I didn't know what she wanted. I don't know if that is postpartum depression. Like, I don't know if it happens once, happened twice, 3 times. Like, I don't know what would classify it as postpartum depression. I knew that I wasn't like really depressed. I didn't want to, like, I loved my baby and I would do anything for her, but there were moments where when she would cry and I would try everything to make her feel better, it wouldn't work. I would start crying and my husband would be like, it's okay, it's okay. But I do want to say out there, like, if it was postpartum depression, I'm not ashamed of saying it, because I did go through it and I feel like that makes me stronger. And so to all the mothers out there, if you do go through something like that, don't feel ashamed, don't feel embarrassed. Just make sure you tell somebody, like, I'm feeling this way, I don't know if it's normal, I don't know what you do, because my husband really helped me out through that. And so yeah, make sure you tell somebody, because you want to go through this by yourself, and just know that this will make you better. This will make you a lot stronger, not only for you but for your family. So yes, now my daughter is 2.5, she'll be 3 on December 30th. and it's been a long road. like most of the time it's awesome. You know, she has a whole bunch of energy. She's running, she's laughing, she's crying, she's, you know, playing, she's singing, she's dancing. But you know, they always hear about the terrible twos that, you know, you're like, oh no, they can't be that bad. There are moments where she has her terrible twos, like where you tell her no and she starts yelling. So yeah, we're trying to figure out a way to stop that, or like have her figure out a way, like if she doesn't like something, not to yell but to do something else. But yeah, you know, this whole, you know, being a parent is a learning process. Like it's not like you get a manual of what to do, because what works for some people might not work for other people. So you just have to like do like trial and error, try this, try that, whatever works better, and that's how it goes, you know. But yeah, it's been awesome. A tip for all moms again is make sure you work out, make sure you're active, because you want to be able to keep up with your kid, because they're gonna have a whole bunch of energy that you're not gonna have. Like, you're not gonna have the same energy as they will, but at least you want to be able to keep up with them. Like, if they start running, you want to be able to run after them. If they want to jump, you want to be able to jump with them. You know what I mean? If you want to dance, you dance with them. So just make sure, you know, you're active. That way you can keep up with them and enjoy this whole process of being a parent, you know, because it is a beautiful process and you just want to enjoy every moment you have with them. And so, yes, I think that's it for this video. I mean, yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Also, leave me in the comments below what you guys want me to talk about next in Talking with stephNchanted. It could be about anything. It could be about fashion, beauty, being a parent, or something social in the news, or anything like that. Just let me know in the comments below. Also on Twitter, hashtag #TalkW stephNchanted. And so yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.